Okay, Bismillah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Bang Fellow. You can call me Bang. So now I wanna record about shadowing video motivation. How to stop being an overthinker.
Well, I want to tell you.
Well, I want to tell you a story with um.
Well, I want to tell you a story.
Well, I want to tell you a story.
When I was little,
When I was little, I loved butterflies,
I loved butterflies. And I guess
and I guess this isn't
this isn't very
the
unusual for
usually
little
for little
kids,
kids.
but I remember
But I remember literally spending hours in my backyard with a pink net,
literally spending hours in my backyard with a pink net, patiently waiting for a butterfly to land,
patiently waiting for a butterfly to land. So I called to soap
and so
one
I
up.
could swoop one up. I wanted to
I want I wanted to capture their beauty.
capture their beauty. However, in
However, in actuality, in pretty much only counts common mounts.
actuality, I pretty much only caught common moths, and my sister was scared of
And my sister was scared of them, so that didn't work out the best for me.
them. So that didn't work out the best for me. But I never could have imagined
But I never could imagine how impactful butterflies would be on my life.
how impactful butterflies would be on my life. Not butterflies
The butterfly, especially per se, but the butterfly
specifically per se, but
effect.
the butterfly effect. Now, I think
Now, I think most people have heard the butterfly effect thrown around,
most people have heard the term butterfly effect thrown around, even if just in
even if just in a casual sense.
a casual sense. How many of you guys have heard
How many of you guys have heard of this phenomenon or at last the
of this
phrase?
phenomenon, or at least the phrase? There we go. Some of you,
There we go. Some of you, yeah, most of you. Okay.
yeah, most of you. Okay, well, for those of you who don't know,
Well, for those of you who don't know,
this term was coined in
this term was coined in 109 1960 by
1960
meteorologist
by
named
a
Edward
meteorologist named Edward Lorenz. And the idea can
And the idea can be defined physical that something as minus, minuscule
be
as
defined basically that something as minuscule as the flap of a
the flat the flap of a butterfly's wings can cause something as uh,
butterfly's wings can cause something as
gigantic
gigantic
as a tornado.
as a tornado. Let me say that again.
Let me say that again. The
The
flap
flap of a
of
butterfly's
butterfly
wings
wings can cause a tornado.
can cause a tornado. If you've never heard
If you never heard of the butterfly effect before,
of the butterfly effect before, you probably are
you probably are rolling your eyes.
rolling your eyes, and that's okay
And that's okay
because the first time I
because the first time I heard of this, I thought it was crazy.
heard of this, I thought it was crazy. That is until I
That is until I realized how big of an impact this simple components could have
realized how big of an impact this simple concept could have on my own life.
on my own life.
Let me give you some
Let me give you some context.
context. I am
I am a little bit of and
a little bit of an overthinker.
every small thing in my life is for some reason one 1000 times more important.
Thing in my life is for some reason 1,000 times more important. Like I
Like I save all of my work until the last minute
save all of my work until the last minute because I'm so scared
because I'm so scared that it won't be perfect.
that it won't be perfect. And ask me to pick a
Ask me to pick a
restaurant.
restaurant. I promise you, you have never seen anybody sweet more in your
You've
entire
never seen
life.
anybody sweat more in your entire life. But that's just
But that's just the why. It's always been for me,
the way it's always been for me. And I don't
and I don't know why. But that's just the why me head work.
know why, but that's just the way my head works. And so
And so usually
actually,
when I
when I
found
found out about the
about the butterfly effect, I was terrified.
butterfly effect, I was terrified. Like,
Like, oh, try.
horrific. Now I'm
Now I'm scared that if I make a
scared that if I make a decision, I'm going to accidentally
decision, I'm going to
cause the end of the
accidentally
world or
cause the end of the world or something.
something. That's what I need.
That's what I need. That's great.
That's great. But I was
But I was also already intrigued
also really
by it.
intrigued by it. And maybe this was
Maybe this was just about it had a butterfly in the name.
just because it had butterfly in the name. I won't even lie to you.
I won't even lie to you,
But the more I
but the more I read on it,
read on
the
it, the more
more
I got
I got
sucked
sucked
in.
in,
And I realized this is
and I realized this is actually
actually an incredibly
an incredibly complex idea that's I that's deal with one of my biggest
complex idea that deals with one of my biggest fears, a loss of
the loss of control, and also the academic.
control. And also the academic, and by that I do
And by that, I do mean the slightly nerdy part of me knew that this idea made
mean the slightly nerdy part of me knew that this idea made logical sense.
logical sense.
It's grounded in
It's ground. It's grounded inside
science,
science.
the science that Edward
The science that Edward Lawrence created to support,
Lorenz created to support it. And that science
and that science is a uh,
is basically
basically,
this. Now, hold on.
basically
Science isn't really
science. It's real my cup of tea.
my cup of tea. Don't worry, I won't
Don't worry, I want to get a science.
get sciencey. I'll just say it
I just say it in the simple possible terms.
in the simplest possible terms. Nature
Nature is infinitely connected and
is
intertwined.
infinitely connected and intertwined. So, therefore,
So that's for any tiny thing can cause
any tiny
anything
thing
else to happen and well.
can cause anything else to happen. And, well, everything just kind of
Everything just kind of butterfly effect.
butterfly effects. And to me,
And to me, that was confusing, but it also made a perfect
that
sense.
was confusing, but it also made perfect sense. And so I
And so I came to a conclusion.
came to a conclusion. I could either
I could either keep pushing back again this inevitable outcome
keep pushing back against this inevitable outcome that was just kind
that was just kind of part of life,
of part of life, or I could
or I could kind of melt into it and hope to find some
kind of
peace.
melt into it and hope to find some peace. Now, this may seem like an
Now this may seem like uh, seem like an ice and
easy and obvious decision
obvious decision to all of you,
to all of you, but it just
but it was just once from me.
wasn't for me. The butterfly effect
The butterfly effect
and applying it to one's
and applying it to one's life can be called a lot of things.
life can be called a lot of things. It could be
It called be called a living
called
fearlessly.
living fearlessly. It could be called
It called be called it's called be called trusting your gut,
trusting your gut, and even something
and even something as simple as just not overthinking.
as simple as just not overthinking. But I was never
But I was never able to just listen to those
able to just listen to those things as advice for how to
as device for how to live my life.
live my life. So why
So why was this any different?
was this any different? Well, I
Well, I don't really know,
don't really know, but it provided
but it provided me with the framework and structure
me with the framework and structure that I needed
that I need within my head to help organize my
within my
thoughts
head to help organize my thoughts because I couldn't just
because I could just turn them off.
turn them off. Some days my
Some days my brain will
brain would exhaust me, and it was
exhaust
that
me,
exhaustion
and it was the
that pushed me to finally
exhausting
give in.
that's pushing,
And so
and so I did.
I did. I completely
I completely sur-
surrendered myself
surrender
to the
myself to the fact that all of the decision,
facts that all of my decisions, no matter how
no matter of time,
tiny, could lead
could lead to or prevent any else from happening
to or prevent anything else from happening in my life
in my life or in the world.
or in the world. Because if
Because if anything can cause everything anyways,
anything can cause everything anyways, why shouldn't I just live
result I just life. That's why I want,
the way I want? And this was
and this was honestly free.
honestly freeing. It lifted me up.
It lift, lifted me up.
It made me feel lighter.
It made me feel lighter.
It made me feel more
It made me feel more confident in my own discussion.
confident in my own decisions. The butterfly
The butterfly effect and thinking of the butterfly wings.
effect and thinking of the butterfly's wings every time I questioned
Every time I question something in my own head,
something in my own head made me
realize how little every little discussion that I had sweat over
how little every little decision that I had sweat over previously actually
previously actually
mattered.
mattered.
They were all just
They were all just not another step of life.
another step of life. And to me, it was
And to me, it was really will to think
really wild to think that although
that all talk, my overthinking still didn't really full go away.
my overthinking still didn't really fully go away, sadly, now
Now
I had a rationale for myself
rational of myself
when I began to
to
overthink. This idea that
that idea that I found will just scrolling
I
on my
found while
phone
just
one day.
scrolling on my phone one day, it
It changed my life,
changed my life. And by
and by
quieting
quieting
down my head,
down
it
my
opened
head,
up my heart.
it's opened up my heart.
Okay, that was really
Okay, that was a really
cliche. I know. Let me rephrase,
I know. Let me rephrase and how
and hopefully I can redeem
I can redeem myself.
myself. I'm going to tell you guys
I'm going to tell you guys another story,
another little
another
story.
little story.
When I was little,
When I was little,
my mom used to tell
my mama used to tell my
all my
siblings
siblings and
and me to follow our little
me to
voice.
follow our little voice. So naturally,
So naturally, I picture a man living in my stomach telling me what to do.
I pictured a man living in my stomach telling me what to do, because what else
Because what else will your
would you
picture?
picture? And as
And as I got older,
I got older, I found that it
I found that it become more and more difficult
became more and more difficult to listen
to listen to this so-called little
to this
voice.
so called little voice. And
And
eventually,
eventually,
obviously, the
obviously, the little man went
little
away,
man went away, but I still
but I was still tired to search for find that little
tried
voice
to search for and find that little voice in times where I
in times where I felt lost.
felt lost. Applying the butterfly
Applying the butterfly effect,
effects principles
mhm,
and
principles and philosophy
philosophy to my own life
to my own life, allowed the little voice to be more
allowed the little
amplified,
voice to be more amplified than
amplified than that
ever.
ever.
And I could hear and feel
And I could hear and feel that I really want.
what I really wanted. The butterfly effect
The butterfly effect saved me for days of misery,
saved me from days of misery, trapped and
trapped and stuck inside of my own head.
stuck inside my own head. And I sincerely
And I sincerely hope it can do the same things for some of you guys here today.
hope it can do the same thing for some of you guys here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Okay, maybe that's all for me. Sorry if I have many mistakes. Last I say wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.